Hello, my name is Adrian Nguyen, and I'll be talking about the six paramitas of generosity. First of all, what is a paramita? Paramita means perfection in Sanskrit. These perfections and advanced stages towards enlightenment are practiced by bodhisattvas in Mahayana Buddhism, which is bodhicitta in action. There are six paramitas: generosity, morality, patience, diligence, meditation, and wisdom. The first five corresponds to the accumulation of merit, while the last perfection is the accumulation of wisdom, which can be further broken down to four. This is just a visual. Who are the practitioners? In Mahayana, in Mahayana, in Mahayana Buddhism, the Bodhisattva practices these six paramitas as it is a way to enlightenment. The paramitas are means to benefit living beings and develops the fruition of the Bodhisattva ways. The transcendent perfections are practiced with the free of self. What is the paramita of generosity or charity? Dana paramita, or the perfection of generosity, is the practice to give what is worthwhile with non-attachment. Giving can be divided into three main aspects: the giving of physical things, the giving of loving protection, and the giving of a loving understanding. The types of givings. Giving of material items. The teaching of this generosity distinguishes the proper and improper ways of giving. Material and physical items are given from a giver to receiver. Motivation is a very important concept, which we've seen on a later slide. Giving of loving protection. This type of giving occurs when one gives loving protection to those in fear of others, in fear of sickness and death, and in fear of catastrophes. Giving of loving understanding. The giving of the Dharma to those who respect the Dharma and the truth is priceless and precious, with pure motivation of passing on authentic teaching of the Buddha without the mixture of personal opinions and self-centered motivations. This makes this type of giving powerful. The ultimate superior way of giving is to give without the self, or selfless giving. Here's some examples for giving of material items. I'll share the first example. In a previous life of the Shakyamuni Buddha, he was a prince named Sattva who discovered starving tigers in the forest and fed his body to them because he practiced great compassion. Very simple. For giving of loving protection, providing a safe, nurturing home for a child in need by fostering and adopting them is a way of giving protection. An example for giving loving understanding is the practitioner organizes regular study groups where participants gather to explore Buddhist teachings together. They facilitate discussions, share insights, and answer questions, creating a space for collective learning and understanding. By offering the Dharma, they provide guidance and foster a deeper understanding of Buddhist principles and practices. There's a difference between proper and improper giving. We should be wary and avoid practicing improper generosity. To distinguish between proper and improper, motivation plays an important role. When we give with wrong motivation, such as hoping of harm to others, intending to bring ourselves fame, and giving inferior motivation like fear and poverty, the motivation we are giving is improper. Other important factors are whom we give, what we give, and how we give. Pondering to the wishes of the crazy or the greedy, giving an item that harms, and disrespectful and reluctant giving are all examples of improper giving. On the contrary, giving what we can manage to those who need it with our own compassionate hearts at the right time and without others is considered as proper giving. It's also good to be attentive to help those who represent the triple jewels, those who are sick and unprotected, those who have helped us, especially the parents, and those who are enemies and rivals. Proper and improper giving examples. So in this scenario, Sarah is a compassionate individual who practices generosity. Her motivation. So this is the example for proper giving. Her motivation, Sarah genuinely cares about the well-being of others and wants to alleviate their suffering. Her intention is to bring comfort and support to those in need. Whom and what? Sarah learns about a local homeless shelter that is in desperate need of volunteers to provide overnight assistance. She decides to sacrifice her personal comfort and commits to spending several nights a week at the shelter, offering her time and care to those experiencing homelessness. How? Sarah devotes her evening to helping at the shelter, ensuring that those staying there feel safe and supported. She offers a listening ear, provides warm meals, and helps organize essential supplies. Sarah's selfless dedication allows the shelter to provide a more nurturing environment for individuals seeking refuge. Now, this is the improper giving example. So in this case, the motivation of Sarah is she wants to gain attention and admiration from others. She believes that by donating a large sum of money to a popular charity, she can boost her own social standings. Whom and what? Sarah chooses to make a one-time donation to a well-known charity that works on a global scale. However, she does not engage in any meaningful research about the charity's impact or the specific needs of the communities it serves. How? Sarah donates a significant amount of money with the expectation of public recognition and praise. She focuses more on the external appearance of her generosity rather than understanding the genuine need of those the charity supports. Her giving lacks a personal connection and sustained commitment to making a tangible difference. And for our explanation for both scenarios, in this scenario, the first example demonstrates proper giving, where Sarah's motivation is driven by genuine care for others. She sacrifices her personal comfort by dedicating her time at a homeless shelter, providing direct support to individuals in need. Conversely, the second example illustrates improper giving. Sarah's motivations are rooted in personal gain, seeking recognition and admiration through a one-time monetary donation. Her giving lacks a genuine understanding of the needs of the beneficiaries and falls short of making a lasting impact. Proper giving involves selflessness, genuine care for others, sacrificing personal comfort, and making sustained efforts to bring about meaningful benefits to those in need. Next section we have is, why is the Paramita of Generosity first? Generosity is stated first of the 6 paramitas due to several reasons. Here's the reasons: common among all beings, easiest to practice, foundation for cultivating other virtuous actions, helps people to overcome attachment, counteracts the 3 poisons: selfishness, and it's least fruitful, meaning that compared to others, is like less fruitful one. Here's a quote: generosity brings happiness at every stage of expression. We experience joy in forming the intention to be generous. We experience joy in the actual act of giving something, and we experience joy in remembering the fact that we have given. What is compassion with and without wisdom? First, you need to know what compassion and wisdom is. To practice generosity correctly, we as practitioners should always use compassion that is also accompanied by wisdom. In order to do that, we need to know what is compassion and wisdom. Compassion is the wanting to ease all beings' suffering. This originates from the realization that there is a lot of pain in this world. Moreover, there is no self-desire motivation behind the act of compassion. Wisdom in Buddhism, is a realization of the true nature of reality. In other words, seeing things not as they appear, but as they are. For example, seeing a new necklace as impermanent. And here's another quote. It says, the human heart is basically very compassionate, but without wisdom, compassion will not work. Wisdom is the openness that lets us see the essential and most effective. Venerable Kanjo, Rinpoche. And then we're going to talk about compassion without wisdom first. Compassion without wisdom is not really true compassion. Practicing compassion without wisdom leads to suffering because knowing how to help without harming ourselves and others in the process is very crucial. Therefore, wisdom is needed to have true compassion. Here's an example of compassion without wisdom. So we're going to use Sarah again. A kind-hearted person named Sarah encounters a homeless individual on the street. Moved by compassion, Sarah gives money to the homeless person with the intention of providing immediate relief and support. However, unbeknownst to Sarah, the homeless person misuses the money for harmful and destructive purposes, such as purchasing drugs or engaging in illegal activities. In this example, Sarah's act of giving money demonstrates her compassionate nature. However, without the wisdom of fully understanding circumstances and potential consequences, Sarah may unintentionally enable harmful behavior, highlighting the importance of combining compassion with wisdom. Wisdom would involve a deeper understanding of the homeless person's situation and consider alternative ways to provide support that aligns with their long-term well-being, and emphasizes the need to assess the situation holistically, considering the potential impact of one's actions and seeking more skillful means of assistance. Now, this is compassion with wisdom. Compassion accompanied with wisdom means that while practicing compassion, wisdom, or in this case, the understanding of boundaries and the best way to benefit others, is used as a complement. For that reason, this is true compassion as it will result in the greater good for others. So using Sarah again, Sarah encounters a homeless individual on the street. Moved by compassion, Sarah deeply understands the homeless person's situation and realizes that simply giving money may not address the root causes of their struggles. With wisdom, Sarah decides to take a proactive approach. Instead of providing immediate relief, she offers to take in the homeless person, providing them with a safe place to stay, nourishing meals, and emotional support. Sarah understands that the person's situation may be complex and requires more than just material assistance. She uses her wisdom to identify resources and programs that can help individuals acquire the necessary skills, such as job training or counseling, to overcome their challenges. Sarah offers guidance and teaches homeless person life skills, empowering them to become self-sufficient and make positive changes in their life. With patience and understanding, Sarah fosters an environment of growth and supports the person in their journey toward becoming a better person. In this example, Sarah's act of compassion is coupled with wisdom, as she recognizes the sustainable transformation requires more than a one-time monetary offering. By taking the homeless person in and providing holistic support, she addresses the deeper needs and helps them cultivate the necessary tools for long-time positive change. All right, it's Kasad. All right, first question, what does paramita mean?
You can put your answer into the chat.
D. All right, that is correct. Number 2, which of the paramitas is focused in this presentation, if you're paying attention? Generosity, compassion, patience, and morality. A, that is correct. Number 3, sec all that apply. What is the purpose of the paramitas? Free oneself from the aspect of self, benefit living beings, enlightenment, develop the fruition of the bodhisattva ways. The correct answer is all. I did mention it, but it could be a little brief. Number 4, the paramita of generosity is the practice to give what is worthwhile with. A. Motivation of personal gains. B. Desire. C. Non-attachment. D. Confidence. Yes. 4 is C. Non-attachment. Number 5. Giving can be divided to how many aspects, and what are they? 1, 2, 3, 4, and there you can read this. I don't want to repeat it a lot, but that is correct. It is C. Number 6. To distinguish between proper and improper giving, what plays an important role? Motivation, karma, what is given, or none of the above? That is correct. 6 is A. Number 7. Oof. Oh, oh. No one saw that. Okay. If someone is giving with the motivation of personal gain, is this instance proper or improper giving? Yes, it is improper. Number 8, which of these is not a reason why the Paramita of Generosity is the first of the 6 paramitas? A, easiest to practice. B, common among all beings. C, foundation for cultivating other virtuous actions. D, helps people to overcome attachment. Or E, none of the above. It's actually none of the above. They're all reasons why the 6 Paramita of Generosity is first. Okay. Number 9, what is the ultimate superior way to give? A, no harm giving. B, selfless giving. C, kind giving. Or D, none of the above. That is correct. B. Number 10. Seeing a new necklace as impediment is an example of A, wisdom. B, compassion. C, generosity. D, virtue. Yes, it's wait. Oh yeah, A. Excuse. Yes, it is A, wisdom. 11. A strict teacher corrects the mistakes of his/her students with loving kindness. Is an example of compassion with or without wisdom? Yes, it's wisdom. With wisdom. Um, Number 12. Providing immediate monetary support. And Sarah's story is an example of compassion with or without wisdom. Yes, it is B, without wisdom, because remember, all right, here's my sources ID. You just click the link. And this is for the credit for the slides um template. Thank you.
Wow, very good. Oh, good job. Anyone have question for him? Then you can turn off the share screen. Anyone have question for him? No? No question? Wow. Very good. So let's see. I can give you another. Well, you provide a very good detail on the example. I really like that. The more example, in specific, it's like a story. You create it like a story. It makes your presentation more excited. That is a good thing. So let's say that there are two types of teacher, right? The first teacher is he very easy to the student, and because he want to please both student and the parent, right? That is the first type of teacher. The second type of teacher is he very strict, right? When the student did not behave well, he will correct them, and also he very strict. And sometimes he yell at the student, and sometimes he punish the student to make sure that the student know how to behave. And but the parent did not like that. Okay. So which one it is okay for the compassion with wisdom and compassion without wisdom? So which the teacher it represent for the compassion without wisdom? Adrian.
It's a teacher that's more lenient.
Yeah, very easy to the student.
Mhm.
Why that one have compassion without wisdom?
Without correcting the student later on, that student won't be able to like.
You know what
Do
what kind of person of the first student, first teacher later on in the future?
He can become bad.
Yeah, very bad, right? Could be joined against and could do a lot of harm to the society. So because the first one, he only care about himself, right? Because he afraid that the parent look bad at him, right? That he, but he did not care about the student future. So what about the second teacher? What is that?
That is compassion with wisdom.
Yeah, what make him wisdom?
Whenever a student like does a mistake, he help fix it for him. So later on in life, he'll be a better person.
So that's why in our culture we not only honor our parents, but we also honor the teacher. Think about it. Without teacher, can you be able to become a successful person?
No.
No. Just like the teacher, it's just like the second parent of you. So our parent is the first parent. The teacher is just like your second parent. So that's why in our culture we always praising and honor the teacher, because the teacher is so important. It makes us the outcome of whatever we in the future. It really rely on the picture, on the not only our parent, but also very much depend on the teacher. And that is for the worldly, right? But what about for the worldly teacher only give you the intelligence, but the religious teacher will give you what? The wisdom. This is more important. The worldly teacher, but you need both. You need intelligence as well as wisdom. Okay, that's good. The why why the first parameter why the parameter of generosity is the first one. The reason for that is because the parameter of generosity is easy to practice. That is the first thing. That's correct. And also more important than that, to pray the good affinity with others. For example, if you want to have a connection, the good connection with other people, the first thing is to do the giving. Because the people like to receive, right? They don't want to give, but they like to receive. When they receive, they will own you the debt of giving. Okay? So that's how you can make a good connection with them. And later on, you can help them. The first parameter of generosity for that reason, to create the good connection or affinity with others. For that is the whole idea of the Bodhisattva. If you want to help others, right? If you don't have a good connection, you cannot help. They would run away from us, right? For the selfless given, right? For the selfless given. Okay, there are three, I don't know, there are three mark or three, let me see. Three aspects, right? Three aspects of giving. Great. The give, oh, come on, what is it? Okay, the first one is giver, right? Second one is the receiver. The third one is the object that we give. Or the object that the giver is give. If we want to practice the selfless, selfless human, that means we should not see we are the giver. Okay, when you give, you don't see yourself as the giver. That means we don't see ourselves as the giver. The second one is we don't see there is a receiver. We don't see there is an object of given. To be given. Adrian, you understand this so far?
Yeah.
What is so important when we do the given? Let's say that you give you give money, you give whatever, right? You don't see yourself as a giver. This is important. And you don't also see there is a receiver. And you don't see the object that you are given to, right? That means we don't attach to anything of this, right? You don't attach to yourself as a giver. You don't attach to the one who receive it as the receiver. You don't attach to the object that you given. It's the gift that you give. What does that mean? It means that in the future, if the person you help them in the past so much, and he or she come back and harm you, and cause you a lot of trouble and a lot of pain. let's say that when you do the giving and you see yourself as the giver, you see yourself as the receiver, and you see there is an object to be given. So if the person you help them a lot, right, in the past, and later on they come back and they harm you, and you know what? What happened? What happened to you? Adrian, you
Can you
spend so
repeat
much
that?
time to help that person, and now they come back and they harm you, and they
You
cause you
feel
so much trouble. What do you do?
what you feel?
Yeah. What happened
You
to you?
you feel suffered?
Yeah, you will not only suffer, you will have the resentment, right? You want to you have a lot of hatred within us. Why? Because we do the given at the self centric. Does it make sense? That's why when you do the given, you see you are the giver. And when you do the given, you see the person who receive it as the receiver. And you see the object you are given is the object that you give to them. So whenever that person come back and harm us, we cannot let go because we are attached to those things and we cannot let go. Due to we cannot be able to detach from it, and we suffer. And when we suffer, we don't have wisdom. Therefore, we will have the resentment. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So, but if you do the given and you do the given, right? And you don't see you as the giver. That means you do not attach you as the giver. And you don't see they a receiver. You don't attach to the person who receive it. That means when you give, you don't, after that, you don't even remember what you do, or you don't even pay attention to whatever you just did. When it's done, it's done. And when you give, they an object given, you don't even attach to the object. If you do the given, if one is done, it's done. You don't even mention about it anymore. What happened? What kind of benefit you will receive from this? The same example, that person come back and harm you in the bad way. Because we do not attach at the beginning. And we will not have any emotion attached to this at all. Well, we feel sad at the beginning, yeah. But we very quickly realize, well, we try our best already. Maybe this is the affinity that the negative affinity we create with them in the past. Well, we try the best to do good, to hopefully to transform whatever the negative affinity that we caused in the past. Hopefully, they can convert into the positive through the selfless giving. But if now it happened like this, yeah, we just accept it, and we will not have any resentment against them. And we feel we have the loving kindness and compassion arrive from us. For example, we know that whatever he do right now, he will pay the consequence for that through the law of cause and effect. Even though we don't want that happen, but it still happen anyway, because the law of cause and effect. Does it make sense? Therefore, instead of we have resentment or have the ill will or ill thought against them, we have loving kindness toward them. And therefore, we don't suffer but we have more virtue. And this is important because at the beginning we do not attach to the three things, right? Now those things will not make us suffer. That's the benefit of the parameter given. The parameter of generosity or given. That is the true benefit of it. So far, you understand, right? So far. So yeah, this topic is really good. What do you think after you do this research and present? How are you feeling, and how is
I knew about the paramitas before, but like not actually got in depth into it. So like it's kind of interesting when you like get into depth of like one of them at a time.
you can speak a little bit louder so we can hear from you?
Um, so it's a lot more interesting. Whereas before I only knew like a surface level for at each one, but now I like know like a deeper meaning.
Hmm. So you see that the proper and improper, right? The proper, that means you do with the compassion and wisdom. Improper, that means maybe you do it for the personal benefit. The one is when we do the selfless giving, that is the ultimate giving. Okay, that's good. Okay, Phước, let me ask you this question. Phước, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. If someone said that other religion, they say that if you don't believe in God, you go to hell. If you believe in God, you go to heaven. So with this saying, which one is violate in the one of the which Dhamma self is violate?
The first one?
Huh? Which one is violate? Hmm. Which one you know? How you want me
I
to?
think it's the first or the second one.
Huh? I could not hear you.
I think it's the first or the second one. I'm not sure.
You are not sure? Sophia, can you help me?
Could you repeat the question?
Ah, in other religion, right? They say that if you don't believe in,
Oh, that is
you go to hell. If you believe
the
in God, you go
third.
to heaven.
That is the third one.
Which one?
The third one,
What is the third one?
no self,
No self. Okay. Why you say no self?
because thinking God is like powerful and like as the creator, that is very selfish,
Oh,
I think.
wow, that's right. That's true. Right? Everything related to God as the creator is the big cell, right? That's good. What else? What else? What else do you think?
I think that's all.
That's all. Um, suffering. Suffering as well. It means that any kind of attachment, right? If you attach to the external heaven or the external hell, well, that is kind of a suffering. Because everything actually the first one also the impermanent, right? They in such they know such thing is called permanent. Include the heaven, include the hell. They're changing. Does it make sense? Impermanent. That is the first one. That's good. That's very good. All right. Okay, hold on. Before we stop here, let me ask Adrian and Phước, you pick the topic for me.